Hey guys, Tearless here, inside Guild Wars 2, taking a look at the new things to come in the final beta weekend for Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns is almost upon us, and we have been taking a look at the Revenant. I've already gone through and looked at, kind of how the class works and the weapon skills that you are allowed to, that the Revenant has access to in Heart of Thorns. And so now I would like to explain the stances and how the utility skills work in conjunction with those stances. So, unlike all the other classes or professions in Guild Wars 2, you normally can, click on the utility skills and you have a whole ton of utility skills to kind of like look at right here. That's not the case. Your utility skills are tied to the stance you're in, and there are 4 stances. If you decide to go the elite specialization of the Herald, you will gain a 5th stance, but otherwise you are tied to only 4 stances, as you can see right here, and you must choose one of those stances, and you'll be able to flip back and forth between at least 2 of those, but there are 4 total, leaving for a total of 20 different utility skills, 25 if you count the Herald Elite Specialization utility. So I'm going to go through all the stances, look at all the utility skills, explain them to you, and show what they can do. So the first one we're going to look at is the Assassin stance of Shiro Tagachi. So I'll switch over to it. You can see this icon pops up when I switch over to it, and all of my utility skills switch. Now you can change which number you want each one of your utility skills on, but you're pretty much limited to 3 for your 3 basics. Our first one is Enchanted Daggers. This is the healing one, and you summon enchanted daggers that will attack as you attack, siphoning life from target's hits. So I'll go ahead and use this.
We must rise and return
Just
to the
basic auto attack, and you can see the daggers are being used up one by one. The daggers appeared alongside of me, and they were used up one by one. So that's enchanted daggers. The second is Riposting Shadows. Evade back quickly through the mist, removing debilitating conditions. So this is your defense mechanism for Shiro Tagachi. Quick little knockback there to get you to disengage you from combat. The third one here is Phase Traversal. Step through the mist to your target. The next few attacks can't be blocked. So this is more offensive located. This is a 1,200 yards range, so this is a really nice gap closer. I mean, I can go all the way to the very back here, and it'll launch me all the way towards the target, and then none of the attacks can be blocked. So that's a great opener. The third is Impossible Odds. You empower yourself with Shiro's speed and quickness to quickly take out assassins. So I'll go ahead and use this. I have super speed and quickness, which allows me to do damage very quickly. Pretty awesome. Be careful though, because this is one that continually drains your power. You have your energy bar here, so it normally stays at 50% and it normally grows. The only exception to this is there will be some utility skills that will drain it the opposite direction. You'll see the arrows switch. So when I switch to Impossible Odds, you'll see it start draining. And I have quickness and swiftness for the entire time. And then I can switch off of it for it to start growing again. So this allows you to do burst damage, and it kind of makes Shiro the assassin. Obviously it makes it the more damage centric stance to be in. The last ability here we have is Jade Winds. Call upon the Jade Wind to turn nearby enemies into Jade, stunning them for a short duration. There we go, stun to Jade. Pretty simple as that. If I can put this on. It didn't last for very long because this cost 50, and then using this burned out the rest of it. So didn't last very long. My energy did not last very long because this cost 50 energy, and then this cost another 10. I'd only built up by 15 by that time, and so it drained everything, and then I had nothing left. So utility skills will drain a lot of energy. Please note that, and that is where balancing your energy really comes into play. So those are the 5 utility skills for the Legendary Assassin stance of Shiro Tagachi. The next stance I'm going to show you is King Jalis Iron Hammer, and this is more of a defensive stance. So the first item here is Soothing Stone. Heal yourself and remove conditions. Gain retaliation for each condition removed. Each one of these stances, very thematic. Shiro, damage oriented. This is going to be very defense oriented support. So not much to see there on Soothing Stone, just you got your heal and you gain retaliation for it. The next is Inspiring Reinforcement. Create a stone road that damages and weakens foes as it's created. Once it's created, it will pulse, granting stability to allies. This, in conjunction with other people who are in the Jalis stance, creates a crazy amount of stability. So I'm going to create my brick road here, and I have the stability now, and the stability is pulsing. So that is a pretty cool ability to have, and you will see that a lot, I promise you. Forced Engagement is the second one. We have launch a chain at your target. When the chain connects with a foe, it slows and taunts them. So pretty simple. Slows and taunts them, connects you to them. Gives you a little bit of a DPS boost or DPS viability. It's not a gap closer like the other one in Shiro's stance, but it does at least, it's a taunt. It plays into the defensive role of Jalis, and it's got a huge rain and it will slow, so it allows you to close the gap a little bit. The last one is going to be Vengeful Hammers. Invoke hammers to circle around you, damaging foes. It heals minus 20% incoming damage and minus 20% incoming condition damage. Pretty nice. This is just like in the Assassin stance. This will drain your power. So I'll go ahead and start using this here. And it's draining power constantly. I'm just sitting here. It doesn't drain his power as much as the other stances quickly, but it will drain your power. So that is, and then you can click right here to turn it off. The last is the elite utility skill for the dwarf, Jalis. Rite of the Great Dwarf. Channel the power of the Rite of the Great Dwarf to turn yourself and nearby allies to stone to reduce incoming damage. So very defense oriented. Right here you can see I use it. I turn to stone. Very powerful. I can mitigate a lot of damage. Basically that's it. So those are the first two stances. First two sets of utility skills. You can swap between them whenever. You'll be able to swap between the two stances that you feel are the ones you like the most and use those as you see fit. So the next two stances we're going to look at are going to be the Demon stance and the Centaur stance. So we're going to switch into the legendary Demon Malix, the Unyielding. So this is the first one we're going to look at. This, I believe, is condition based. So we're going to take a look at this. The first is Empowering Misery. Heal yourself and heal more for each condition currently applied to yourself. So it's a little bit different, but we'll go ahead and use this. So if you got a lot of conditions on you and you heal with this, you'll heal for even more. Pretty awesome. The second is Pain Absorption. Grant resistance to yourself and nearby allies. Absorb conditions from those allies, gaining additional resistance per conditions. So you transfer conditions to yourself and then you gain resistance to conditions. So it's kind of a trade-off. It's like you're taking damage yourself, but you're able to gain resistance at the same time. So I'll go ahead and use this here. Basically pulling all the conditions to yourself. The next utility skill for Malix is going to be Banish Enchantment. Deal damage, apply confusion, and remove boons from your foe. So confusion, boon removal, whole bunch of stuff rolled into one. Go ahead and use it right there. It throws out. If you noticed, a lot of the utility skills function somewhat the same. You know, like both Jalis and Shiro, they had kind of a gap closer, so to say. They both had one that drained a lot of energy at the same time. They do somewhat thematically stay the same in that regard. The last one here is Unyielding Anguish. Leap toward the targeted area, creating a demonic field that torments and chills foes. So you're applying conditions. Launch right here, and there you go. You have the field right here. Now this is a dark field. Dark fields are not necessarily that common, so you could see some use out of this. The last we have here is Embrace the Darkness, is the elite. And this one drains, much like the other two in Shiro and Jalis did. Summon the power of the legendary demon to transform into a powerful avatar. Increase all attributes and pulse torment to nearby foes. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to continually pulse, and as you can see, it's constantly draining. But this is an elite skill, and it's very powerful. It can deal a lot of damage like this. And then I can turn it off whenever I feel like, so that I can start growing my energy again. And it snapped back to 50 because I went out of combat, but it would continue to grow again. So that is, kind of takes care of all of the demon stance for the demon Malix the Unyielding. It deals with condition damages and whatnot, and removing conditions and putting them on yourself and creating resistances to those condition damages. So the next is going to be the Centaur stance, the legendary Centaur Ventari. I'm going to switch to this here. This one is a little bit clunky, I'm not gonna lie. It's difficult to use because it all centers around this first one. First is project tranquility. Project Ventari's tablet into the world, and the tablet will heal allies near it every few seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And here's the tablet, okay? Now this tablet will continue to heal. This is very much the healing stance for the Revenant. Basically, you wield a staff in this stance. This is where your big support comes in for Revenant. So, the other ability of this is Ventari's will the tablet towards a different location. As the tablet moves, it will heal allies it passes through. So we're going to will this over to the target. You can see it move over there. Now, all of the other utility skills play off of this tablet. The first one is diminish or protective solace. Summon a protective barrier around the tablet that destroys enemy projectiles. So it also creates a combo field light. So I'm going to go ahead and use this, and there's the shield, and it drains my energy as it goes through, and I can destroy it whenever. I can stop it whenever. It does not destroy the tablet, but I can stop it whenever. But if you're at a choke point, you can send this tablet out and have this tablet, protect the area that is a choke point. So it's great utility there. The second here is Natural Harmony. Collect energy, pulling it into the tablet to build up its power. After a short delay, the energy will be released, healing nearby allies. So you can see right there, it builds up and then it heals allies in a burst. The third utility skill here is Purifying Essence. Remove all conditions from allies near the tablet and heal them for a small amount per condition removed. So we'll go ahead and use this here, and you can see just a little pulse there off of the tablet. The last here is going to be the elite. It's going to be Energy Expulsion. Force energy to erupt from the tablet, knocking back nearby foes and leaving behind energy fragments that heal allies. So this is like an explosion here. Go ahead and use this. You can see there, the tablet does explode. It leaves fragments everywhere. That will heal people. And that's the only thing that actually consumes your tablet. Now, if you're going to be using this stance, it's going to require your ability to move this tablet around effectively. And if you're able to effectively move this tablet around, you will be very good with this support role as a Revenant. And it can be useful in choke points and whatnot when you don't want to be near, but you want to, send this forward and create a shield to help people. Then you can turn it off whenever, build it up. It's pretty amazing in that way. So, definitely, it's a little clunky, but it has great potential, and it's got a higher skill cap than most things, just because of how you have to project this Ventari's, this tablet around. Otherwise, that is all of the utility skills for the Revenant. They're a little bit different and interesting, considering that you have to choose stances. I honestly like, stancing between the two. You choose your two favorites. I really like Jalis Iron Hammer as one of my stances. The Centaur one, Ventari, is interesting. I don't know if I'll actually use it. And then the others, have some great utility as well. So they're a lot of fun. And I think people are going to have a lot of fun, kind of trying different things out with these stances and seeing which one best fits, having both of them together. Otherwise, that is everything dealing with the Revenant and its utility skills. So I've gone through all of the weapon skills now and all of the utility skills. I really hope you guys enjoy the Revenant when it comes out. I've been having a blast on the beta realms playing with the Revenant. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys do. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Tearless out.